Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the very first reading of 2020 for the Twin Flame Collective. We will be going in deep and we will be looking at many aspects. So, get yourself a cup of hot chocolate, tea, coffee, soup, whatever it is that would help you relax and get into a receptive mood. I have prayed to be a clear channel. I have blessed the cards. I'm shuffling right now to bring forth channeled messages, guidances, predictions, messages, whatever the divine wants to send your way. And I do wish you all a very happy new year. Today is 11th of January. From my intention that I'm setting is that those of you who are aligned and in tune and those who resonate with my readings, this is going to be something that will occur from now into 11th of, what am I saying, from 11th of January right into the 22nd of February. So that will be the triple twos. Which is again going to be very significant. So it's not just a month, and even if you tap in later, if you are guided to this video at a later stage, they will still be guidances, messages, because we are going in waves, and the messages from 2 years ago may be resonating with you. You may be in that cycle because not every one of us is operating at the same time. Now, when it comes to a lot of physical symptoms, again, everyone will be going through different things. But a few months ago, I had talked about how the way showers and the trailblazers will have to take some time off, and if they do not, they will start falling ill and be forced to take some time off. But currently, some of this new energy, it is kind of hard to assimilate and digest. It's very, very new for a whole bunch of us, and so it may be triggering your solar plexus, and I'm sorry. It may be triggering your solar plexus. There are all kind of aches and pains in different places. So movement, physical exercise, gentle movements like Tai Chi, yoga, or just doing a natural sway to the music, your own inner rhythm. It's all about coming into harmony within yourself. Of course, headaches and being very sleepy, drowsy. The eclipse might have triggered a whole bunch of you. It was in Cancer, so emotions might have been coming up for a whole lot. There has been somewhat of communication from the masculine side, and then again they are, for one reason or the other, unable to keep up the momentum, which may lead to frustration. If that happens with you, whenever you reach this phase, please remember to re-surrender, realign, to keep going, keep doing you, keep doing your thing. Stay in balance and in union within yourself. Okay, so a lot of times you are not finding synchronicities and messages or guidances coming, especially when you have reached the void stage, and that's perfectly normal. It doesn't mean, like for me, I was like, what, have I been chucked off the twin flame squad or something? No, you are given a time to rest and recuperate, and at that time your dream state brings you a lot of messages from your twin, and you may not feel their presence that heavily because the merging and melding will have taken place. So their presence is not outside of you but actually now within you. So one of the tips I can give all of you to be sure you are with your genuine twin is you, if you really and honestly have been doing your inner work, or you have found you have changed in certain aspects of your life and you can see the changes within you. Others around you can notice those changes within you. When you reconnect with your twin, A, your intuition will tell you. Second, you will see those changes in them. So if you have gained clarity, they will be very clear about at least some aspect of their life. If by now, if you have met your twin anytime, minimum being 2.5 to 3 years or further down, and you have been in sporadic on and off contact with them, if you are genuine twins, they know by now and they would have mentioned by now to you that they recognize you have a special connection. They may not have used the words twin flame necessarily, but they will still have spoken something to the effect of recognizing what this connection is and how you have been on their mind constantly, and express some sort of remorse on how they have been treating you, behaving with you. Um, Coming back to physical symptoms, the more you have held on to and just done your inner work superficially, the more and more quicker your symptoms are going to come and with more vengeance. So be it financial blockages, be it any aspect of your body going through certain, if it is shifting, that's good. It means you're clearing and you've moved on to another aspect or another chakra or another minor chakra of yours, right? But if it is the same thing recurring and in exactly the same way as before, means you did not deal with everything that was there to be dealt with in that moment. All right, just a couple of more decks I'm shuffling and we'll talk while I'm shuffling and then we'll get on with the reading. So if you are not with your true twin flame but with a catalyst or someone who you had very deep soulmate, karmic is not necessarily negative, but somewhere where there was a lot of history, a deep connection, you may have felt a powerful connection there as well. A lot of people confuse a relationship of someone they have not been able to let go, get over, or move on from as their twins, and that is creating a lot of confusion in the community. And then there are a whole bunch of people who have what I call spiritual arrogance, and I was in that state 12-13 years ago, where you felt you had all the answers and with 100% surety you thump and claim this is this and that is that and there's only black and white. But let me say one thing to you. The reason why there are no new prophets or gods in this time period is because that led to dissension, that led to diktats being formed. It was taking people away from God rather than towards God. Okay, so that is the reason why you have to find within you your connection with God. Find not the physics one, but your God particle within you and connect with the divine. So, as many people, those many gods. Okay, as many humans, those many paths, and every path is unique. Slightly think of it as being personalized. All right, depending on your history, your future, for them it's all one, and it's being customized according to where you are coming from, where you're headed towards, and you are working with your personal God, and only you will know, not out of stubbornness, not out of ego, but you will know that this is your truth, and there is no such thing as don't do this and shoulds. The few things that every god, every religion, every prophet would say is love is the way, love is the answer, forgiveness, be kind, But right now, because a lot of us have become almost martyrs and doormats and got used to shoving our needs to the last on the list, now we are being reminded that even if, because um, even if we are told make yourself the priority, we are not able to do it all the time. We still give in to, if someone needs us, we will be there for them. We're just built that way. We cannot deny our true essence, and that's the truth of the matter. So there is nothing wrong with you if you are unable to just become a callous, indifferent, I don't want to say selfish, but you get what I'm saying, and not be able to be focused entirely on just self love all day long. Yes, what you have to constantly work with and remind yourself is to not be a people pleaser, not say yes when you don't want to say yes, not to be coaxed or bullied by another individual. This is for the collective. We are just trying to pull out some energy for the collective of the twin flame. So it has to be a very fine balancing act, whichever way you look at it. It's not just one thing. Now, for Capricorns, for example, you will feel over the next couple of years very blocked, restricted, and a lot of old lessons coming, a lot of situations holding you in a, like, given a very constricted box and told to work with that, is because the Lord and Master of Capricorn, and I'm talking sun signs here, is back in Capricorn and is sitting right next to Pluto, who for me is someone who keeps the book of records of all our past lives and all our past karmas. So they both are sitting in the same house of Capricorn, and when Capricorn comes into your house, um, for us, every one of the collective has Capricorn somewhere in their horoscope. So that aspect of your life will experience what I'm talking to Capricorns about. So if he's in your house of partnerships, that's where you'll feel all the clamping down happen. Why? Not because he's mean, because he wants you to learn. He wants you to prove you have learned your lessons, that you are ready for the next thing. And so he'll test you, he'll bring back old chapters, he'll make you go through, revise, and he is going to make sure you have cleaned every nook and cranny, your basement, not just done a superficial dusting, but that you've got into every drawer and shelf of your cupboard, of throwing away, of your attic, of your basement, of your cellar, of your porch, of your windowsill, of every utensil, right? I hope you're getting the gist. So if you're a Capricorn, that means every aspect of your life, and you will have to work hard, be diligent, be disciplined, be organized, be very systematic. These are your key words. Now, for others who are facing in other aspects, which we all will, that's where you will have to apply the same thing. For me, for example, if it is going to be taking place in my house of health in this next 2 years, that's where I have to really, really be focused and not be apologetic of when I need to rest, when I need to detox, when I need to, when I'm feeling run down, when I need to change my diet, I have to exercise, if I have to invest in myself. That's what the focus of Saturn is going to be. Which means I need to make buddies who are going to motivate me, who are aligned with that. Self care in physically, be it my skin, my hair, my insides, my weight, uh, all of that so that I can remain supple and have vitality and energy. And that message for me is very loud and clear. So anything that is pulling me back into my toxic habits, my addictions, or a negative space of laziness or procrastination, I will have to have buddies who keep me motivated, who make it fun, because when Saturn is sitting in your classroom, it's not easy to make light of things or have fun. He's the grim, the chemistry teacher, but he's doing it because he loves you. He wants the best for you. So instead of being scared, it's best to do your best. Alright, let's get into the first stage of our reading, where we are just checking in on the twin flame collective energy. Alright, so the first card for us is cycles, deception, and balancing the scales, justice. And bottom of the deck is commitment, as well as here my eye has gone, so I'm going to talk about is recognition, and underneath that is abandoned. So like I started off with, your twin would have already recognized you. That's already in the bottom, that's already done. The recognition, mutual recognition of who we are to each other, even if we don't know the terminology, has taken place. Commitment, this is what we are working towards now. This is what we are headed towards in 2020, by breaking old cycles that have been going round and round since the first life of, because it was the easy way out, using deception, be it with our own self, fooling ourselves, lying about how powerful our connection is, how deep our feelings are, or whatever, and especially with the divine masculine, either using deception with the twin or with the karmic partner. These cycles need to be broken, and justice, again, Saturn, needs to be brought to all the parties involved. So those are the themes running currently. I've told you the time period. The chakras that are currently getting affected in the collective, this is both for the masculines and the feminines, and then we'll be doing separately for the masculines and the feminines as well. The throat chakra, yes, communication is very important. At this time, for the divine feminines, what is very important is not to talk as much as it is to listen with patience, non-judgmental, non-critical, giving them a proper safe zone to express themselves, be it their fears, be it their past. They have also gone through a lot in this time period, and it's very difficult for them to admit what has been going on, be it about what they have understood about these cycles. They are carrying a lot of insight and messages. 44, this is number 44, this is 11, by the way. 1144. Presence, alright. So the awareness, attention, reality, and again connection. So again with our third eye, the recognition, and this has come right under deception. They know, and the feminine knows intuitively. If you were to just start paying attention, and the problem has been in 2019 is the masculine, though he receives the guidances, though he receives the intuitive messages, he has not been following it. He's been using his logic, he has been using his understanding, wanting to know answers, guarantees, all of that before taking steps, and in that he misses the opening, the portal where he's supposed to communicate or come forward or meet with his divine feminine, he has not been doing that, which has caused a lot of frustration in the divine feminine, who then goes into resentment and anger and frustration, and this cycle too needs to end. So divine feminines, be aware that the recognition and awareness is there. The change is already happening and it's on autopilot. You take care of yourself, follow your inner guidance, get into your balance in all the areas of your life, and everything else is going to play out exactly as it's supposed to be. And then there is the heart chakra, bringing in stability, harmony, peace, and fluidity, emotional balance. That's what we all have to stay in. There's a lot of heart chakra opening, expansion, there is a lot of emotional clearing, purging, which has been triggered for a lot of people in the collective in the last few days, since the two eclipses have already happened, one in December and then in January. Why do I keep getting the feeling, is the audio getting recorded or not? Please pray it is. So there may be a need to, feeling of mucus being there a lot, feeling of tightness and palpitations or quick heartbeat, alright, even chest pains, not where your heart is but in the center. There may be tingles or itching or pressure headaches where your third eye is. Be mindful of all of that and do your affirmations. Listen to Divine White Light is a site which I have highly recommended. She sends Reiki energy and the music is so soothing, so that you can hone in and zone into that. Alright, so now we are just going to check what is the overall collective storyline looking like for the Twin Flame Collective. Background. Alright. So Five of Pentacles, the twins, and not any one, but pretty much all the twin flames have been feeling left out in the cold because they have not been communicating with each other, feeling isolated and alone. That is something all the twins had been feeling, but we are now moving away from that. So King of Pentacles, some of you might have heard news of a baby or will be hearing the news of a baby in and around your connection. It's not necessarily that your divine feminine or your divine masculine has become a father, but what this is saying is they are working with their inner child, they are healing, they're becoming more stable. I just moved my laptop accidentally. Just give me a second. So they are becoming more dependable, more reliable, more responsible. They have been working on that. They are dealing with their inner child. They have realized how lonely and isolated they felt without their divine feminine, and they are realizing where is the wise investment, who to invest in, as they have so far been playing out the designated roles, not necessarily listening to what the divine connection is all about. I do hope you like this setup. It was supposed to be for the New Year and Christmas read, but as you know, I did not get the clearance to do that. So I hope you are enjoying it. So the next card is, yes, the recognition, the understanding, the stability. They have been working on that, even working on their financial stability and security. They have been now investing wisely if it is coming to money. A lot of the twin flames have been working on gaining their financial stability, investing wisely, be it in your workspace, in your finances, be it with the people around you. You are choosing to walk away from those situations, people where you have felt isolated and not understood, not welcome. But then comes the time of the healing. So see where you are at personally, and you will know if this is the next, you've already gone through this, or this is going to come in the near future. So the divine masculine and feminine both are going through or will go through a phase of healing and recovery, and it depends from person to person. I had to take a break of uh, about 2 to 3 months, I think, in which I switched off completely. I was leading a normal life, doing my housework, looking after my kid, watching Netflix, and eating homemade food, and just doing the regular bit. And just I was made very aware of what's going on, but to not get involved. All right. So the rest and recovery, if you do not follow the guidance, it becomes much longer. Um, Otherwise, you can just slowly get into it as soon as this is done for you. This is because you have gone through merging, melding. There's a complete regeneration of your DNA, of your cells, your mentality, your emotional body. You are releasing a lot from your pain body. There is a spiritual awakening. There is spiritual gifts that come online. Whether you are clairvoyant, whether you're a healer, whether you're a psychic, whether you're a channeler, whatever your spiritual gifts are, they will come online. Now that's another sign of being a twin flame. If you look back into your childhood, there would have been some hints or clues about your spiritual gifts, that people always opened up to you, or you always knew things before they were about to happen. You saw dreams that were predictive or premonitory, or you had a very healing presence. You made friends very easily. You have always been searching for someone from an age when no one expected you to even understand what love and romance was. If that is not the case, then you're probably just walking the twin flame template for a very deep healing. It is not a waste. Universe never wastes anything. It is for some other divine reason that you need to walk the twin flame template, but you may not necessarily be a true twin flame. Okay. Five of Swords, mind games and control. So they are going to be, and I'm hearing this loud and clear, there are going to be people around this connection who are trying to pull the puppet strings, who are trying to manipulate the situation so that they can keep you both in separation. And this is something that has to be cut out. And but what I'm also seeing is from 4 of sword comes the 5 of sword, and the next progression is 6 of sword, which is moving away from this negative manipulative energy. Nine of Swords. See, we jump now to the Nine of Swords. There is a lot of self-sabotage, nightmares, anxieties, worrying between the twin flames. This has been ongoing. You may have been going through nights when you've just not been able to sleep. You sleep for some time and you wake up and you don't even know whether the anxiety is yours or that of your twin flame. Are you tapping into the collective energy? It's keeping you up at night. There is a sense of doom and gloom and thinking that you're completely crazy. This is all just a farce. This is never going to happen. There's no way possible this is going to happen. What is going on? If he recognizes me, why is he not doing this? If she knows she's my twin, why is she still married to someone else? All of that. After that is coming the Ace of Swords. After the Four of Sword, Five of Sword, Nine of Sword is the Ace of Sword, where there is clarity, the victory, and the victory is through the breakthrough and awareness, which we have already been uh, made aware with the presence card, as well as in the above when I was checking the energy, that yes, the breakthrough and the awareness is not very far. The bottom of the deck is Seven of Cups, where there was in the recent past, there was fantasy and a lot of temptation, wishful thinking, confusion, not knowing what is true or what is false. But then the twins collective, they did move away from the things that were no longer serving them, had the courage to walk away from each other as well as other toxic situations. And even though the divine masculines were acting very cold and very logical, they did feel the absence of the divine feminine. That is for the collective. And we will now go into the energy of the divine masculine collective. And then we will, of course, ask for your situations as well. At this point, I would like to request you, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. There's a bell icon once you subscribe. Please hit that so that when I post, you get a notification. As you have seen, it is a while since I have posted, so that you don't miss out. In case someone doesn't share the link, even you are aware and notified when I have posted a new video. And I would greatly appreciate if you just straighten your phone and give it a thumbs up, as it would greatly help my videos stay in the news feed, and I would greatly appreciate it. Alright, so again, going on to the divine masculine energies, twin flame collective. If you are so inclined, please do share this video on the various twin flame social media groups, WhatsApp groups. I have no idea what else is the current thing. Wherever you can, to invite more of our tribe who could benefit, who would just enjoy a reading, who you find resonate with our timelines. So the divine masculine twin flame collective. Let's go in deep, shall we? Yes, this I did post on Instagram. Oh, that reminds me, please, if you don't mind, please do follow me on Instagram. More often than YouTube, I do post energy updates, quick card readings, and pull outs. So this was the self-worth card, the first card my eyes fell on, and it had flipped out. This was in the divine masculine, that this is what they have been working on, this is what has been going on. And like I just mentioned, oh, we'll just go through and I'll tell you. So the first card is self-worth, the second is signs. The divine masculines is receiving divine signs and synchronicities. They are working to and having to address their inner child issues. A lot of things, their fears and their logics does stem from their childhood, and it is already divine timing is what I'm hearing. Alright, so because anyway I was supposed to do this, but what are some of the signs and synchronicities that the divine masculine, if you are one, this is what you may be receiving or will be receiving. If you're a divine feminine watching, these are some of the signs, how the universe is communicating with your divine masculine. And if you are in communication, you might be able to make them aware. To look out and notice if there are such things coming their way. I will take this and this and this shoe and one more. Oops. Oh, how crazy is this? The bottom of the deck is 111 today's date. You are a magical creator. Your thoughts are beginning to manifest. So whatever the divine masculine is thinking and focusing on is coming, and he might be taken aback of whatever he thinks is happening immediately. So let's see what are some of the signs the divine masculine is receiving. 888. New opportunities and abundance are coming your way very soon. So because the divine masculine has been very bothered and obsessed almost with abundance and financial stability, and if they have been doing their work, well, it's coming their way. Bread, hospitality. They might be breaking bread with someone. They might be coming soon enough to have a dinner or a meal with you, divine feminine. But something about bread or meal times, or when they are meeting someone, they might be mention of you or topics that you have talked to them about, or something to do with the signs that are coming to them while they are out with their friends or sharing meals with people. Cupid, love and desire. They may be seeing winged cherubic babies, angels, signs of hearts or of Cupid, of love, anything that they associate with love and desire. Cupid is actually working to make them aware and to pay attention to the signs and making it very obvious by maybe it being hearts and your name in a heart or your alphabet in a heart. I don't know why I'm saying that, but something to that effect. Orange, which for me is the sacral chakra color, also talks to me about desires and sexual energy, kundalini, creativity. It is, of course, the words here are enthusiasm, excitement, and warmth. But what I have been sensing is there is an extreme urgent desire growing in the divine masculine to come into a sacred union with his divine feminine, and that is also the universe's way of pushing them towards you. Again, like I said, with the orange, creativity and pen, maybe they are finding themselves, even if they don't consider themselves a poet or a writer or a musician or a songwriter, finding themselves penning down thoughts, ideas, story, plot lines or poetry, couplets, and maybe they're not sharing it with anyone yet, but they're feeling the need to express themselves with a pen and paper. And 1111, they are seeing 1111, you are on the right path and of spiritual awakening. For me, the twin flame awakening as well. This is a number that they would be seeing a lot at this time. That sounds amazing. Let's put this away. What chakras are being worked on of the divine masculine? What chakras, apart from sacral, which has come across, but yeah, even if it is, what chakras of the divine masculine are being worked on at this time or over the next few days and weeks? So much resistance. What are the chakras of the divine masculine being worked upon by the divine at this time? I definitely know solar plexus and sacral. Let's see what else comes up. Throat is for sure, has come for the collective. Heart chakra, yes. What is left? Base chakra, because they're working on their finances, and intuition, which they have been royally ignoring. So divine masculines. see what is being worked on you. Home, shelter, safety, nurturing, warmth. I just told you they have been really preoccupied working on gaining a sense of stability and safety, of building their finances. This is coming from their inner child. This is that they have never felt that way, and soon the definition and understanding of what is home is going to be changed. Where they have been investing may not be what their home is. They're going to realize home is where the heart is, and that the reason why they feel so alone and miserable and left out in the cold as this little possum is because what where they have been putting in their loyalties, their time, their effort, all their thing is not where it is appreciated or even accepted. There is no reciprocation over there. Again, emotional balance. There's several heart chakra cards in this, but this is the one that came out. And yes, they are definitely working on opening their heart chakra. They are receiving the rainbow energy, the diamond codes, which is cracking open their heart, which has been under wraps and under armor, very heavy armor. They are being pushed towards the emotional stability, harmony, inner peace, and to be flexible, to be open to giving and receiving, to expressing the emotions which a lot of the masculines find very, very difficult. And the crown chakra, along with, for me, I always read them together, even though in the deck they're separate, but I always see the crown chakra card as obviously activating the third eye as well. So they're seeing the connection, the bigger picture. They're going into an expansion, an understanding of what is oneness, and connecting with the divine light. They are being brought online with their divine consciousness, yes. So that is definitely ongoing at this time. So let's see, what of their shadow aspects are they clearing, healing, releasing? The divine masculine collective, what shadow aspects are they healing, releasing, clearing? The divine masculine collective, shadow aspects. Thank you. Bottom of the deck is emptiness. They have begun to realize no matter where they are hanging with who and doing whatever based on their addictions and stuff, but there's a deep emptiness and a void inside of them, and now that is being worked on, or that has been worked on in the recent past. They have been robotic, just going through the motions, doing what has been expected, following a mundane routine, and that is getting cleared, healed, and released, because you have to be present in the here and now. You are not supposed to be a slave of your mind or your emotions, but you cannot neglect your wounds, your inner child. You cannot just be a robot and just keep catering to other people and ignore your own needs. And how they are being pushed out of that is by being made very, very uncomfortable in the situations that surround them. Oh. Even though this card says forceful, the two or three messages coming to me is, number one, they are hearing the howling of their mate and responding from a very ancient basic place which they are not aware of. There is a mating howl. The second thing is the universe is kind of being forceful towards the divine masculine. And the third thing is, if they were these masculines who, if they were controlling or forceful with people around them, it is coming right back at them, and they're being made aware of this in them. What came across the most loudest was, there is a inner basic instinct in them which has been awakened by the divine, and they are have no choice but to respond to it. They have been feeling very disconnected by everyone and everything around them in their normal life. Um, there's a sense of embarrassment for what their choices have been, the way they have behaved in the past, be it cowardly or bullying or mean or whatever they have. The behavior was. There's a sense of embarrassment in them. I have told you about this. There is an increase in their desire towards the divine feminine as well, and they might be carrying a sense of embarrassment towards that. And there is something which they're not revealing yet to us, but there's something that's going to be shocking. And these are, though it looks like a lot of it, but it is a very wonderful. There is no specific one thing that is being worked on, cleared, or released. I'm seeing the progression of how it is happening, which is quite amazing actually. If you need to, please just rewind and re-listen to this lot. All right, so we are going to check one card from this deck where the divine masculine is at towards his divine feminine. His feeling towards the divine feminine. Where is he at towards his divine feminine? I don't want to take that, and one that will fall out as I'm shuffling. Thank you. Well, he does know he needs to take off all his masks in front of his divine feminine, that he has put on false masks, maybe not told her how important she is, expressed his emotions, hidden where he has felt he doesn't deserve her, is not worthy of her, where he is still carrying fears, where he has hidden knowledge about the divine timing, whether he is still invested so heavily in a home, family he has. So whatever the deal is, he has to, now he knows he has to come and express it all to the divine feminine, because what is his feeling towards his divine feminine was my question. What his topmost is a hole in his heart. Her absence, their separation, their distance has left a hole in his soul. He doesn't feel alive without her. That's very powerful. Whoa. Let's see any action he might take. This is not exactly a deck for action. I have no idea. But we'll just see if there's any message in this deck, and then we check for action from the tarot. Any other themes or any other cycles, anything else that's going on with the divine masculine at this time. Ooh, alright, quite a lot. There is a situation where the divine masculine knows or will be made very aware of that it's time to go, a place where he has been working by the book, doing what he thinks is the correct thing. He is being asked to come into balance with his inner feminine energies of being more receptive, more creative, more expressive, to allow his gentler side to come forth. There's a fork in the road. Of course, there's a time to go and then take another path. So there is a fork in the road, a decision that has to be put into practice in the real world. It's not really a decision to be made. The decision is already made. The thing is to get up and start taking the first step and put one foot in front of the other and just keep walking and taking actual physical actions in the physical world. So that's the message that's coming across today. Message in the bottle. It can be through SMS, email, a phone call. They might drop in for a chit chat, break bread with you, have a meal with you. But this message is definitely coming. Because well, there are cycles that have been going on and on and on, and these cycles need to now be handed over to God, surrendered, and allow divine intervention to take place so that this can be brought to a closure and end. And then there is a time for nap. The rest and rejuvenation is very crucial for the divine masculine at this time. And let us now see the action. Most likely, because it's going to be different from each one of you, what I can definitely say is some form of communication and expression of remorse, of some amount of indication that they have recognized you, that this is not a regular connection or relationship, that they have been seeing signs and synchronicities, those kind of messages, that sort of communication is for sure coming in. Anything else? What action might the divine masculine be taking towards divine feminine? Well, because we are a collective, it may not play out exactly like this, but um, here we go. Here we go. The first card, Lovers, Twin Flame Connection. So, definitely the recognition has happened within the divine masculine, and they are going to communicate that clearly. They might even express it. There may be moments of passion that you both share. The King of Pentacles had come out in the previous, uh, and now it is coming Queen of Pentacles, which is the card of nurturing. I see this as Mother Mary with Jesus and the Lamb there, but what it's saying to me is not only does he see his divine feminine this way, but because I've asked what is the action he's planning to take or going to take, he is going to come in a very nurturing form, be in a giving mode, and return, or not return, reciprocate something she has been doing for so long for him. Be gentle, be caring, be generous, be giving towards a very nurturing. Eight of Swords in prison. What is the action he's going to be taking is breaking out of, and I swear next to it is the Independence card. He's going to be taking action to break away from these shackles, be it of beliefs, of old contracts, of old belief systems, to break away and strike his independence, claim his sovereignty. Wow, and then comes the sun, the illumination and growth. Let me tell you one thing, this has been constantly in my readings at least for at least a year. Unless the masculine breaks away from these shackles and claims his independence, he is going to keep going round and round, be in the hangman or in the never ending cycle kind of a situation. Those things will keep happening, but the growth, the expansion, the happiness, be it financial prosperity, all of that will only come to him after this decision has been made. The fork in the road, this is the same card, planning and decisions. Now they know, and they have to now take the step. I'm just going to see some more. So what is the steps he's going to take? What is the action the divine masculine is going to take towards the divine feminine? Thank you. Bottom of the deck is cycle completion. Cycles completing. Awesome. Oh. So what are the actions he's going to take towards the divine feminine. The first one is message of love, page of cups. That's the first step he will be taking, is starting the communication. It may come across as a small gesture, as not too much, almost childish, almost unsure, but that is the first step. And then comes the Ten of Pentacles, jumping right into the Ten of Pentacles ultimate achievements. Once the communication starts happening, the stability, even the financial stability, the happiness that has been missing, the life force, the vitality, the hole in the soul that he's been feeling, that's going to suddenly change, literally like that. He is going to come into his power as the King of Wands and start taking actions, oh my god, towards his Queen of Cups. He's going to have to listen to his intuition. He is going to have to be sensitive, nurturing, loving, because that's the Queen of Pentacles there. This is the Queen of Cups. He is going to have to be in this very yin energy which did come out and take actions, not be lost in thoughts but communicate. For me, Page of Swords is yet again another card of communication. So it starts and ends with communication is going to have to take place. He might have to communicate what is he planning, what is he thinking, and not keep it to himself any longer. Now, for those of you who are waiting for messages from your divine masculine, that's what we are going to do now, and then we'll get into the divine feminine's energies. Sounds good? Great. So, I'm going to use both the decks for the divine masculine because most of my viewers are going to be feminines who want to know and hear what are the words he would say, probably say something to that effect, or this is what he has been wanting to say to you and keeping to himself. And if that's the case, if you have received communication and it is similar to what we have so far seen in the reading or what comes out in these cards, please do drop me a comment, share with us if you are okay with sharing. If not, just please do remember to give this video a thumbs up and just drop any comment in the comments box so that I do get into more news feeds. It will be greatly appreciated. Divine feminines, be generous with your love. And your divine masculine is feeling talkative. Awesome. What does the divine masculine collective wish to communicate or will communicate? Would have communicated the divine feminines if they could express themselves? What does the divine masculine wish to convey to the divine feminines at this time? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright. So, I am trying to do the honorable thing which we have seen with him in his home, in his base chakra, what he has been conditioned, what he thinks is the right thing to do, that is what he has been doing. I am working towards a better future, the King of Pentacles. He has been working on his inner and outer stability, financial prosperity. He will find himself terribly stuck if he's doing it at the cost of his divine feminine. It will not come to him. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. These are his fears. He does not know if he has the courage to step away from his family, or to that if he can give you what are your dues. And like I just said, my family and upbringing are a bigger factor than I realized. So this divine masculine who we are tapped into right now is still stuck in his mind, is in the phase before the Page of Cups. Those of you who have already received communication from Christmas or New Year's or anytime in, this is not your divine masculine. This divine masculine is the one where he has to reach the Page of Cup and let go and heal these inner child woundings, and where he is being worked on his base chakra, the red one, the first card, and you have seen how it will progress. Alright, so let's see. Hopefully this is another set, another template of divine masculines. I don't know if I can meet your expectations. He's afraid of meeting your standards, or if you have told him you want a marriage and a diamond ring and a dog and 5 kids or something, maybe I don't know what your expectations you have communicated to your divine masculine, but he's afraid. What if he fails? What if he cannot live up to what your expectations are? What if he becomes a failure in your eyes? And that's one of his fears. But his heart is telling him to just do it. His heart space, his intuition, his soul is goading him, is pushing him. Just do it. Just call her. Just go meet her. Just try. Just take the first step. You know, I'm in a much better headspace now. This seems to be another different divine masculine. The first one, I believe, I feel damaged, like I just can't do this. It could just be a mood swing that from time to time, there's a time when his heart tells him, just do it. And then he's like, I don't know if I'm up to it. I don't know what I am, whether I'm cut out for this or not. So there's a bit of back and forth going on in the divine masculine collective. You know, should I, shouldn't I, am I up to it, really? What if she's wrong? What if I'm not even her twin? But they have recognition, so now they cannot deny it. They're seeing the signs, they're getting messages, the intuition is pushing them, their heart is pushing them, their lust for you is pushing them, everything is kind of pushing them. Just do it, just do it, just do it. They might just even be seeing the words, just do it, you know, Nike. Seeing you reminds me of the things I know deep down, and that's not always easy to deal with. You, of course, trigger him. You, of course, bring up his inner child stuff. You obviously remind him of dreams he gave up on, things he stopped believing in, like true love, or that there can be a soulmate out in the world for him. I just feel I'm going to shuffle. It feels sad, incomplete, the message. So he is going back and forth in his mind, but I just can't take this anymore. He's been up in his head, sleepless nights. The minute he has some free space or not, you are just there. Your presence and the universe has been non-stop going at him. I'm afraid to take the next steps right now, but he's very aware of what are the next steps, and he has been in this fear for far too long, and he's kind of run out of time. The clock has already struck. I am trying to take responsibility for my actions right now. Please note this. So he is trying to be responsible. I did tell you that with the King of Pentacles card. He is trying to step up, to do the right things, to become more answerable, reliable, responsible. And he's trying to take responsibilities where earlier he would just be pointing fingers, blaming someone else, mooching money off someone else or whatever, being careless, being very laid back. Now he's trying to step into his own shoes. Karma is a bitch. I finally got mine. A lot of divine masculines have been getting their karma right back, and it has been quite a draining, trying and difficult, challenging time for them. And a lot of the divine masculines will be getting this in the very near future as well. And he is telling you, it really was me, not you. So A lot of the issues were mine. The breakup was my fault. I was the one who could not step up. I was the one who could not learn to say no. I was the one who could not uh, accept and truthfully acknowledge what I felt for the divine feminine, and so on and so forth. So it is him, not you, divine feminine. At least that's what he's saying. I do not believe that to be the case. You have also made mistakes. You have also had a lot of inner child woundings which you needed to heal, spaces where you needed to take charge, strike your independence, claim your sovereignty. So we all have been doing. They might have been harsh words you said, or being too clingy, being too needy, being too demanding. Like he said, your expectations. So even though he's being so chivalrous about it, but I do not want you to take that literally. Keep doing your inner work, divine feminines. Now we are getting into your energy space, divine feminine collective. How long is the reading now? It's past 1 hour. Gosh, it's going to take me forever to upload it. But it's been a while. So let's go all out today. Maybe the different situation ones we'll do a little later. So energy of the divine feminine collective. Energy of the divine feminine collective. A lot of people, a lot of us, including me, have been getting the news of the demise of father figures, parental figures, you know, male energies who were close to us, cousins, brothers, uncles, maybe even aunts, whoever, but from our father's side kind of a situation. I lost my father-in-law on 1st of January, and it was quite, he was a light worker, he is a light worker. So there has been a lot of loss in that sense, but you have their blessings. They are giving you karmic grace, and you need to really pull up your socks, divine feminines, as well, because now we are already into 2020. And let's get into the energy of the divine feminines. Winter, grief, and spring. Winter's What's that song? Winter, spring, summer, or fall? I was about to sing it and I stopped myself. You do not need that kind of culture. So, if winter is here, can spring be far behind? Can it? No, it can't. So the divine feminine has been processing her grief, her trauma, all the pain, the baggage. She needs to clear that out, let it go. She's been feeling left out in the cold, and it could be winter where you are at. So that could be a significator for you, and that things are going to start changing from whenever it is spring. For those of us in India, spring is not really too far away, just a couple of months. What else? Divine feminines, what else? Collective divine feminines, talk to me. You need to get out of the victim mentality, be it, oh, the divine is doing this to me, or what can I do in this situation? The ball is in the divine masculine's court. I am this, I can't help myself, my parents won't let me. None of that. Get out of that, start taking decisions for yourself, and just get out of feeling helpless and that you're not in control and that nothing ever goes your way and you've just suffered and suffered. Just stop telling yourself that story any longer. All right, try. And this reminds me, Ravisha, I just absolutely forgot to bring the beautiful gifts you sent me. But seeing the elephants, elephants is a symbol of your ancestral wisdom, of inner strength, of a humongous amount of memory, of your tribe, not just by blood related or your family, not just that, your soul tribe. All right, divine feminines, it's time for you to be more connected, giving, nurturing towards your soul tribe, your spiritual tribe, and to get connected, to find your tribe. You know, there is going to be a focus, or you are focused on your family at this time. There's going to be a pause, or there has been a pause in your connection, or you are feeling that as if pause has been put. So this might be the time when it is time for your rest and rejuvenation as well. I don't know why I suddenly read what there might be a family situation, maybe with kids involved, which will come to a grinding halt. A pause will happen there. You are now transitioning into the fifth dimension, some of you around springtime, and the only one of you, if you are still feeling like a victim, is because you are still unawakened. You have not yet done your inner work. You are just listening maybe to readings, not doing your inner work, not doing your journaling, not putting into practice anything. For some of the divine feminines, there's a third party situation, and there is going to be a huge purge for a whole bunch of you. There is going to be a return of your divine masculine. I pulled out so many for you. Awesome. Alright, just to most of the decks I'm using today are by Mystic Moon, whose decks I just absolutely adore. And I waited for more than 2 years, and a big, big, big thank you to Monica, who made it possible for me to receive them. She got her sister to order them online, who's in America, and then when her sister came to India, she carried them for me, and then Monica couriered them to me. So a big, huge shout out, Monica. Thank you so very much. It means the absolute world to me, and I cannot thank you enough for this very sweet, kind, helpful gesture that you did for me on this channel. Let's check on what chakras of the divine feminine are going through healing, clearing. Where are we releasing from? Divine feminine collective. What chakras are being worked on? Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, the divine feminines are all over the place emotionally. They are feeling a mood swing. They are not in balance, and hence the heart chakra came out for both divine masculine and feminines. Um, you have to take charge. Your solar plexus, like I've been saying, with free will, courage, willpower. You have to make choices to change situations in your life. Take charge of your own life. Not feel like a helpless victim. Solar plexus again. Um, Take responsibility, self-discipline, empowerment, reliability, and fulfillment. You have to take charge of your life. You have to empower yourself. You have to become disciplined. Like I was saying, Saturn is going to be bringing these challenges, and you cannot sit and just cry and wait for someone to come and rescue you. You have to be your own hero. You have to rescue yourself. You have to take responsibility for your choices, your decisions. Decision not to do something is also a choice. A choice to stay is also a choice, and there is consequence of everything. And For some reason, from another deck, there are 3 cards. Just let me put that away. So, Divine Feminines, you will, if you're feeling bloated, if you're feeling constipated, if you have got upset tummy, irritable bowel movements, get yourself in, prioritize, make a list, make achievable goals, and then implement it. Don't just listen to readings, which is always wonderful to do, and especially end of the day before you sleep or whatever, or when you're commuting, but then follow the guidances, bring about small changes daily, try something new, take charge of your life, make wise choices, use your free will where you can, not trying to control another person, control situations, control God's decisions, and especially get a grip with your emotions. Do your purging, do your inner work, use the violet flame, journal, be in gratitude, find the kindness and generosity within you for others where you are not in expectation of something in return. Whoops! This card nearly knocked my mic alone. The shadow aspects that are being healed or processed by the Divine Feminine Collective. Shadow aspects being processed and healed by the Divine Feminine Collective. Thank you. Yeah. There's been a complete non-action stagnancy. The Divine Feminine has been feeling disillusion. That's in the bottom of the deck. Let's pull that out. Because she feels she's not the first choice, she's not the obvious choice, that there has been no movement, and then she's feeling stuck and in the victim mentality. Elusive, Okay, she's not taking the initiative, sorry. She's not taking the initiative, she's not willing to bring about the changes or take responsibility. She's just sitting in her grief, feeling emotionally triggered, feeling very disillusioned, doing the blame game, which I completely understand, but now it's time to stop. Okay, she's feeling disconnected, especially with her divine masculine. This template or this wave of twins that I'm currently pulling out the reading for, you're still not yet in the state of surrender, acceptance, and where you are manifesting your abundance, where you're feeling beautiful and sorted. You have not yet gone through the void. You are in a previous, so if you do if you do watch my previous readings, they will still assist you because you're still right there. All right. You are slightly misguided by what your understanding might be. Just see who you are following on social media, who you are listening to. Are you still inadvertently following your childhood diktats and scriptures or certain belief systems? Somebody somewhere is misguiding you. See what friends you are surrounded by. You are currently also probably using escapist tendencies, wishing things away, hoping they will change automatically without doing the work, the inner work, the taking action, the using of free will and courage to bring about changes, of sorting through your emotions, letting the past go, forgiveness, compassion. You are just maybe watching television, binging on Netflix, watching YouTube readings, and then just that, an escapist, but you're not doing what is required, and you're haunted by your past because you've still not cleared out the clutter from your attic, from your cellars, from your basements. Divine Feminines. Sorry if those are the cards coming out. Alright, let's see what else for the Divine Feminine Twinkling Collective. I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. I thought you all would be in a fantastic space by now. Use your spiritual toolkit every day, every day. I hope you use the energy today to manifest that which you want. Please keep doing it for the next few days. And especially if it is finances. You have to start building, taking one block at a time, and the building block, like you cannot just expect like that a building to be in front of you. Do the work. You're moving through chaos and conflict, dropping your false facade and masks. If you aren't, please do it. Your ascended masters are assisting you through it. Listen to the guidance. Don't get triggered. If you're triggered, thank the person who's triggering you, including me. And then go and do your healing, do your introspection, be honest with yourself. Learn to face your truth about yourself. You are being brought to the edge, divine feminines, because it's now time for you to shed the old and take the leap of faith. Move towards your future. Stop hanging, waiting around, wishful thinking, living in disillusionment or fantasy la la land, and hoping things will just dramatically, automatically, miraculously just take place. So you're being brought to the edge by the higher power. Connect, meditate, do your grounding work. Make sure you're listening to your divine guidance, including what comes through in such readings. Alright? To gain your sense of stability, of your balance, of your solid grounds, you will find your inner peace the minute you start letting go of all the emotional baggage and the past that you're carrying. And yes, be willing to mend bridges and to forgive and to work in compassion with others. Alright, beautiful divine feminines. What else? What is the divine feminine feeling towards the divine masculine? The topmost, the deepest, the most intensely. What is the divine feminine collective feeling towards the divine masculine? Divine feminine's feeling towards the divine masculine. Oh, he's triggered your inner child too. You too are healing your inner children. Interesting. Be it feeling abandoned, rejected, you're not the first choice, no one ever loved me, I'm nobody's first choice, nobody cares, my luck is like this, whatever. All of the victim mentality. Yes, stemming from rejection. She's feeling rejected and then has rejected the divine masculine as well. But thankfully, mercifully, a lot of you are going to listen to this reading and you're going to get going, and you know what's happening then is the phoenix rising. You let the past burn away so that the fresh new you, the divine you who's stepping into the 5D is going to emerge, and that is superb. So some signs and synchronicities that the universe may be communicating to you, divine feminines, that you may be seeing within you, or within you, alright, within you, why not? But divine signs and chronicities coming to you from the universe, from your angels, from your monad head, maybe even your divine masculine. I hear a lot of messages from my divine masculine through songs. Oh my god, the pen and creation card. In the bottom of the deck is Ivy clinging. So maybe you have been clinging and being very needy, emotionally codependent, and you need to change that. Divine feminines, hummingbird sweetness. Oh, hummingbirds are so cute, and they flutter their wings so fast that you think that the wings are not even moving. But you have to fly to the flower to get the sweet nectar. Do your work, flap your wings. There is hidden knowledge, it's a pearl within you of hidden knowledge. Access it and use it. Divine feminines, you're not called divine just to placate your ego. The time is slipping. I can't believe this, divine feminines. We are getting this. It was always there for the divine masculine that the time is slipping. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Access your hidden knowledge. Become the divine feminine that you are. Swan, loyalty. You might be seeing swans, you may be seeing timepieces or any kind of quotations, messages with regards to time. Pearl, you may be seeing pearls, jewelry, someone might gift you a pearl. You may be seeing violet or purple flowers or the bird hummingbird as a sign coming from the universe. Webs, if they are webs suddenly, like very recently I just cleaned my house and then suddenly the next day there were webs again and I was like, where did they come from? But it is a sign for divine feminines that say this is all part of a larger divine plan. um, some of you may be feeling that this relationship or this connection is forbidden for you, and for this again, in the beginning of the video I've talked about how to know if it is actually a divine connection or if it is actually a forbidden one. Okay, and this is door. If you are seeing special doors, today I was made aware of a restaurant called a little blue door or something to that effect, and they are a sign that you're transitioning, you are moving through to another portal. If you are seeing a lot of black people, if you go to a coffee shop and they are wearing a lot of black, or if you are receiving things or things are turning black, whatever, then it could just be telling you that you're operating from lack, that you are being pessimistic, that you need to address your shadow aspects, that you're on your going through your darker cycle. Any other signs and synchronicities the divine feminine might be receiving from the universe? Ooh. Hammer. If you are being very forceful or bullying someone or things, the same kind of message did come out for the divine masculine. But for you, if you are being bullied or you are being the bullied, forceful, controlling, that way hammer might be a symbol coming to you. If you're seeing sharks, maybe you are in a survival mode. Images, movies, posters, anything to do with sharks, any of these. And 888, it came out for the divine masculine as well. New opportunities and abundance are coming your way soon. Are you ready? Are you open to receiving? Have you made space? And 222, and you, this reading is still 222. Partnerships and balance. Pay attention to the new people entering your life. Take time to balance your time and energy in existing ones. So be attentive, be in the here and now, and start healing. Do your work so that you're ready for your partnership and balance. And take time to balance and be grateful for all that you have right now. Existing relationships, friendships, if they're toxic, they shouldn't be in your life any longer. You should have left them in 2019. And finally, bread has come for the divine masculine as well as the divine feminine. So that's beautiful. I'm sure you guys are going to get together for a meal, a date. That's beautiful. So, what can we end the reading for the divine feminine? I've already seen so many shadow aspects. I don't think I want to leave you with more of that. see how things are going to play out for the divine feminine. Just two rows, two rows. The storyline for the divine feminine twin flame collective. No matter where you're at, I'm again telling you my readings are slightly different. These are the template readings, so I call them the storyline because this is going to play out in a certain order, and depending on where you're at, if this reading is like none of this has even started, go and watch my previous videos, be it 2 months ago I have recorded it. It will start making sense to you. Go by your intuition, practice your intuition as a divine feminine. You have to have intuition. So start tapping into and go by the labels, anything image on the readings, and there will be something that will make sense. If you want to do it chronologically, you can even do that. Okay. Divine Feminines. 8, which is strength and restraint. 6 of sword, which is tranquility ahead, amazing. 5 of swords, mind games and control. 8 of wands, energy change and communication. And 9 of wands, trials and tribulations is your first row. What this is telling me is you need to find your inner courage, your inner strength, show restraint where you should, your willpower, determination, and use it to move forward, get out of stormy seas, be it your own emotions or a situation, a relationship, a marriage, whatever it might be, where you feel you're being manipulated, controlled, where there are mind games, where you feel like a puppet in the hands of someone. Leave, because the minute you do, there's going to be an energy change, there is going to be communication. Yes, you are going through trials and tribulations, which is why you have the inner strength and courage. 4 of swords, once the trials and tribulations phase, you will be going through your healing and recovery, your rest and rejuvenation, and that's when your results, your manifestations will start coming out. Start working towards concrete ideas and plans. Write down what it is you wish. You will see them start happening. Alright, Queen of Cups, intuitive and sensitive. If you remember, go back and watch the Divine Masculine. He is going to be coming to his Queen of Cups, and 2 of Wands. They are plannings and decisions that you need to take. But you have to remember, he was the King of Wands. You are the Queen of Wands. You are confident, majestic, magnetic. You are attractive. You are someone who has it in you, who has the power, the energy, the authority to take charge of your life and go ahead with the decisions that you've been procrastinating. Underneath that is 2 of Cups. What's waiting for you is a divine partnership. Come on, divine feminines, come into your Queen of Wands, the Empress energy. Find your inner strength to leave a toxic situation. Yes, it's going to be terrifying, but you have it in you. You will be healed. Your plans will materialize. All you have to do is not be just impetuous and spontaneous and just whatever. Have a strategy, have a plan, stick to your decisions, take actions, follow your intuition. And yes, you can do it, and end of it, there is a divine partnership. Alright, so that's a super long reading. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I do look forward to your comments and to your likes, to your shares. Please let me know what you think of, and share if something from this is already playing out for you or your divine masculine. Just share if you are comfortable enough to share with us, because it does help others who are not yet seeing the proof. They're not yet seeing the pudding, so they can't see the proof. I hope that made sense to you. I have a weird sense of humor. So I leave you all with so much love and light. And I do love you so very much. God bless you. This is Nikita.